So let's be honest, we've all been there. A stock is shooting for the moon, and that FOMO, the fear of missing out, starts to creep in. You glance at the PE ratio, it looks a little high, but hey, everyone's buying it. So you dive in, crossing your fingers you're not the last one to the party. But what if the most common tool investors use to value stocks is giving you an incomplete picture? What if a simple metric, a go-to tool for savvy investors, could tell you in seconds whether that hot stock is a hidden bargain or a dangerous trap? Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what this number is and how to use it. Most of us learn to start our research with the price to earnings, or PE ratio. It's supposed to tell you how much you're paying for $1 of a company's profits. High PE means expensive, low PE means cheap. Simple, right? The problem is, it's a dangerously incomplete picture. Imagine two companies. Company A has a PE of 30 and Company B has a PE of just 15. Your gut screams that Company B is the cheaper, better buy. But hold on. What if I told you Company A is growing its profits by 35% a year, while Company B is chugging along at a sleepy 5%? All of a sudden, Company A's higher PE starts to make a lot more sense. You're paying a premium, sure, but you're buying into explosive growth. And that right there is the trap that catches millions of investors. They see a low PE and think it's a value stock, when it might just be a low-growth business going nowhere fast. The PE ratio alone can't tell the difference, but the PEG ratio can. The price earnings to growth ratio, or PEG ratio, was brought into the spotlight by the legendary investor Peter Lynch. He was famous for finding growth stocks at a reasonable price, and the PEG ratio was a key part of his toolkit. It gives you a much more complete view by looking at a stock's price in the context of its growth. And the formula is refreshingly simple. Just take the PE ratio and divide it by the company's annual EPS growth rate. Let's go back to our example. Company A had a PE of 30 and a 35% growth rate. You divide 30 by 35 and you get a PEG ratio of about 0.86. Company B had a PE of 15 and a 5% growth rate. You divide 15 by 5 and you get a PEG ratio of 3. This is where the light bulb goes off. Generally speaking, a PEG ratio of 1 is considered fair value, meaning the stock's price is pretty much in line with its growth. A PEG ratio below 1 suggests the stock might be undervalued. You could be getting more growth than you're paying for. And a PEG ratio above 1 suggests the stock might be overvalued. You're paying a premium for its future growth. And just like that, the PEG ratio showed us what the PE ratio was hiding. Finding a stock's PEG ratio is easy. Most financial websites listed right alongside the PE ratio. But before you start hunting for stocks with a PEG under 1, you need to know the common pitfalls. First, to get a truly meaningful number, it's best practice to be consistent. If you're using a PE ratio based on past earnings, a trailing PE, you should compare it to a historical growth rate. If you're using a PE based on future profit estimates, a forward PE, then you should use a forward-looking growth rate. Mixing and matching can give you a distorted number. Second, context is king. A PEG of 1.5 might seem expensive for a slow and steady utility company, but it could be a fantastic deal for a rapidly growing tech company if its direct competitors are trading at an average PEG of 2.0 or higher. Always check how a stock's PEG ratio stacks up against its peers in the same industry. Finally, and this is the big one, the PEG ratio is only as reliable as the growth estimate you use. The G in PEG is often just a projection, and analysts can get it wrong. That's why you can't treat the PEG ratio as a magic buy button. Think of it as a screening tool. It's the first question to ask to see if a stock is even worth your time for a deeper dive. So, the next time you're tempted to jump on a stock based on hype or a misleadingly low PE, take a breath and check the PEG ratio. Use it as a powerful gut check to find companies that might be undervalued, and, just as importantly, to avoid the ones that are obvious traps. It's a simple, powerful way to add a crucial layer of context that the PE ratio completely misses. A PEG under 1 is a fantastic starting point for your research, not the end of it. Always follow up by looking at the company's health, its debt, its competitive edge, and the quality of its leadership. The PEG ratio doesn't give you all the answers, but it sure helps you find the right ponds to fish in. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll be sharing more simple, powerful tools to help you become a smarter, more confident investor.